I don't know where to start because there's a huge amount of stuff in your work. But first, let's start with the album, the first album of Radioboy, Mechanics of Destruction. Yeah. Could you, like, sum it up for us?
Yeah, I was sort of getting a bit tired of the absence of politics in music, and there's always been a sort of a rich string of politics in my own life, but music had always been seen as an escape. You know, music is so often presented as an alternative to reality, if you like. Music is used to sedate us in lifts and in airports and in shopping malls and that sort of thing. And so for me, I was sure that music had a potency as well, and it seemed to have lost that.
Obviously, do you think that's where your music lives, in the performance?
I think for this show it does, because it's about making the connection between the objects and the emotions behind it that it raises. But the only problem is with the show is that it does tend to be quite aggressive. It's about trying to examine the violence that surrounds all our sort of consumer society. Just that frustration of your voice not being heard. Like, I just feel constantly throughout the day that I'm just treated as a product.
Can you sit here tonight and tell me that you never get to eat a Big Mac and read The Sun and watch TV? Go on. Well, look me in the eyes.
Well, that's the thing. I can't. I've obviously done all of those things, and in a way, that's part of what it's about.
Valentine's special, because I really love The Gap.
You're here tonight as Bjork's special guest. How did you first meet her? Well, no, firstly, perhaps, what did you think of her before you met her?
I think Bjork's always had a really interesting position in the music industry. She's been very separate from it, and she's one of the few artists actually left standing in a way that are allowed, or have allowed themselves by the way that they've worked and the way they've recorded music, to be in a position where they can do exactly what they want. For me, the most important journey for music is always looking for the middle line between melody and innovation. And I think she's someone that has pursued that, you know, in a very interesting and original and unique way.
And you worked with her on Vespertine, didn't you?
Yeah, briefly. I did a little production work on 1.5 tracks. So.
And how did that? What happened? Did she come and give you like most of the parcel already made up? And
yeah, well, it's. I mean, the nice thing for me about it was that it grew out of our friendship, really, and that I was just going around to see her because I hadn't seen her for a while, and it was autumn, and we were going to go for a walk in Kew Gardens, and she happened to play me some of the new album and asked me what I thought, and I happened to say, well, the beats on that one are a little weak, and she sort of told me to put my money where my mouth was, and so I had a day basically to come up with something.
It was very brave to actually say, whoa, not you know.
Yeah, but there comes a point where if someone's asking you your opinion, then you've got to be, you know, you've got to be pretty dumb just to say it's great if you don't think so.
Danke schön. And my lovely assistant Drew. And thank you to Bjork.